Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you all are doing great. Guys, today I am going to discuss ARP-based attack, or you can say ARP poisoning, or you can say ARP spoofing. Sometimes we are also calling it main in middle attack. So first we will see how this attack can happen in your LAN network, in local area network, and then I will tell you how you can protect your network from this attack. Let's understand with a very small and simple topology. For an example, in my company there are some clients PC1, PC2, PC3 and PC4. These all PCs are connected together through this access layer switch, access switch. PC1 MAC address is A, PC2 MAC address is B, PC3 MAC address is C, and PC4 MAC address is D. IP address of PC1 is 10.1, IP address of PC2 is 10.2, 10.3, and 10.4. Right? This switch is further connected with, let's suppose, the gateway device, router 1, R1, and R1 is further connected with internet, ISP. Done. You know how ARP works. Whenever a client machine want to send traffic to any IP address and MAC address for that particular IP address is not available in the ARP table, then my machine is going to generate ARP request. And if the client machine is going to send traffic in any another network, like is sending traffic to internet, then it will resolve MAC address of default gateway. Then default gateway must be configured. So at that time devices will use default gateway MAC address, right, to send traffic in different subnets in different network. So all my machine is going to maintain a table. That table is called ARP table, and in the ARP table it is going to store what? MAC address and IP address. You can say MAC address with IP address, because basic requirement of communication is four things: source IP, destination IP, source MAC, destination MAC. If a machine have these four things, then only it can send any data, right? So let's suppose here I want to send traffic from 10.1 to 10.2. PC1 is going to look up their ARP table. In the ARP table it is going to find MAC address of 10.2. If MAC address of 10.2 is not available in the ARP table, then it is going to generate ARP request message. And I am expecting you know the ARP working, like how ARP works. If you need a detailed video on ARP, like how ARP works, then you can let me know in the comment section. Definitely I will make one video on that. Here what I am saying, if this client machine is trying to access internet, let's say 8.8.8, here I have ping 8.8.8.8. Can this PC ping to 8.8.8? Definitely it can ping, Praphul, if the default gateway IP address is configured on the client machine. Let's suppose my default gateway IP address is 10.1.1.100. So what will happen if I will ping 8.8.8 from this client machine from PC1? My PC1 is going to generate ARP request message, ARP, right? In the ARP request message, what will be the source IP address? 10.1. What will be the source MAC address? A. What will be the target IP address? 10.1.1.100. What will be the target MAC address? 0.0.0 means unknown. And in the Ethernet header, source MAC will be the MAC address of this PC, destination MAC all F. You know this, right? ARP and then Ethernet header. In the Ethernet header, source A, destination all F. It will send to switch will send it to router, and router is going to generate reply, right? When reply will come, this PC is going to learn a MAC address of 10.100, which is their default gateway in their ARP table. Now let's suppose this client machine has generated the ARP request message, but there is an attacker who is going to spoof source address. Let me tell you in detail. Inside the ARP request message, what is the information like target IP? Target IP is 10.1.1.100, and target MAC is 0.0.0.0, right? And then source information, source IP address 10.1, source MAC A. This is ARP request generated by this PC. Only default gateway should generate reply for this ARP request message. But let's suppose here is an attacker whose IP address is 10.1.1.20. Let's say attacker has configured this IP address on their machine. And what if, see, one client machine will send ARP request to switch, switch is going to forward it to router and from the other ports as well. Means attacker will also receive this ARP request message. What if this attacker is going to share their own MAC address behalf of default gateway MAC address, like MAC address of this IP address? Let's say actual MAC address of default gateway is P and the MAC address of attacker is E. For an example, any MAC address. What will happen? Your default gateway router will generate ARP reply message. In the ARP reply, ARP reply, source IP will be 10.100 and source MAC address will be P and destination will be 10.1 and destination MAC will be A. Correct? Right? It will, router will send to switch, switch will send to client machine is going to learn MAC address of default gateway. But what if this attacker is going to generate ARP reply message, and if that ARP reply message will reach to client machine first? In that case, what will happen, guys? See, let's suppose attacker is also generating a ARP reply message. Attacker should not generate ARP reply message because like PC2 will discard the traffic because target IP address will not match through like target IP address in the ARP request message 10.100, right? That is not the IP address of PC2. It will discard. This machine will also discard. This machine will also discard. But what if this attacker will generate ARP reply? ARP reply. What will happen? In this case, in the ARP reply, attacker is going to say my IP address is 10.1.1.100. Right? Their actual IP address is 10.1.20. This is attacker. Attacker has spoofed the address, source address, and it is going to say MAC address is E. Actual MAC address of 10.100 is P. Attacker is saying it's E. 10.1.1.100 is my IP address and my MAC address is E. And after that, destination IP address is 10.1, the client machine 10.1.1.1 and destination MAC A. What if this attacker is going to send this ARP packet to the switch and switch will forward it first to the client machine? If client machine will receive this ARP reply packet first, then the PC, your client machine, is going to learn 10.1.1.100 and MAC address E. E, not P. So you can see this way attacker can spoof the ARP reply packet, right? ARP reply packet, and switch is not inspecting any ARP message here, right? So whenever switch will receive ARP request, it will flood from everywhere. And now whatever traffic this client machine will send to internet 8.8.8, source MAC will be A and destination MAC will be what? The default gateway MAC address E. Every time switch will be forwarding traffic to attacker, because you know switch forward traffic based on destination MAC address. Every time switch is going to check, okay, doesn't matter what is the information in IP header, source IP 10.1, destination IP 8.8.8. on the switch forward traffic based on MAC address. It will check layer 2 header. In the layer 2 header, source MAC A, destination MAC E. Right? So every time switch will be forwarding traffic to this attacker. Now attacker can connect their laptop to internet and they can capture the traffic, or they can forward the traffic to wrong server. Attacker can do anything. Now traffic is going to attacker device. This is what? This is the issue, and this particular thing is called ARP spoofing, because here attacker has spoofed the ARP packet. Attacker should only generate ARP reply packet for 10.1.1.20, right? For this machine should only generate ARP reply for this IP address. But this is attacker. It has generated ARP reply for the default gateway IP address and has here their own MAC address. Even PC has made entry in their ARP table. Now all the packet will go through attacker device. This particular thing is called main in middle attack. You can see between your default gateway and this client machine, this attacker is sitting, and that attacker is spoofing. A spoofing is kind of attack. A spoofing, and a snooping is protecting that attack. A snooping means to protect the attack. A spoofing means protect, means changing the source, right? So this is ARP spoofing attack. Sometimes we are saying ARP-based attack. Interviewer can ask you what is ARP-based attack, how ARP-based attack can happen. They can ask you what is ARP poisoning. They can ask you main in middle attack in your LAN network, right? So this is main in middle attack in your LAN network. To protect this attack, what you can do, you can enable a feature on this switch called ARP, dynamic ARP inspection. In short, we are saying DAI, dynamic ARP inspection. As soon as you will enable dynamic ARP inspection on this switch, what will happen? Switch will start inspecting ARP packet. Switch will start inspecting ARP request and ARP reply packet. And if switch is going to inspect ARP request and ARP reply, then see this ARP reply packet coming from the attacker will get dropped, right? Because switch can understand that, hey, on this particular port device is connected whose IP address is 10.20, not 10.100. How this user can send traffic with this source 10.100? Can't. So your switch is going to use DHCP snooping binding database table, right, to inspect the ARP packet. That's why we are saying to enable DAI, dynamic ARP inspection, DHCP snooping feature must be enabled on the switch. If DHCP snooping is not enabled on the switch, like dynamic ARP inspection will not work, because dynamic ARP inspection is going to use DHCP snooping binding database table, right, to inspect the ARP packet. So this was a small topic for today video. Hope it is clear. If it is not clear to you, still you have any question, confusion, let me know in the comment section. I will make one more video on it. Now I have my live class, right? So right now I don't have time, but if you have any question, any doubt, and even if you need detailed video on ARP or on this attack or on the DHCP snooping, how DHCP snooping and ARP inspection work together, just let me know in the comment section. I will make a detailed video on it. But guys, if this video was helpful for you, if you have learned something from this video, then please hit on like button and share your feedback in the comment section. You can type helpful in the comment section. If you will type helpful, it will motivate me, right? And I will get to know that this video was good, it was helpful for you. That's all for today. We'll meet soon in next video. Till then, stay safe. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching.